Tuesday, July 24, 2012. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and you're looking at the driver's side steering knuckle from my 1995 Subaru Legacy project. I ran into a bit of a problem on Sunday when I was trying to get the ball joint out here. I was using quite a bit of heat here on the bolt to try to get it to move, and to no avail. And somehow I used so much heat that I actually toasted the wheel bearing. You can see that moving there as I'm wiggling the hub on the other side. And I'm pretty sure that was solid when I took it off the car, so I'm in the unenviable position now where I actually have to change out this wheel bearing. Thankfully, I have done this before on my 94 Legacy. Over there, buried in the corner, is my shop press, which I bought for a previous Subaru wheel bearing job, so I got to clean that out and use that. But the first thing I'm going to need to do is clean all this grease and grit here out of the lip, and then I believe I have to remove the inner seal. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Well, I got this side all cleaned up, and it looks like there isn't even an inner seal in here. I'm not sure if maybe this lip in here is the remainder of an old seal or not. But, I mean, there's really nothing here, and I'm pretty sure I didn't burn the whole seal off, because, like I said, I just had the heat concentrated up here, and it just kind of spread down. So I think what I'm going to have to do now is just press the hub out of the bearing that gets pressed out and see what I can tell from there. I mean, it's been a couple of years since I've done this job. Still have the outer part of the bearing here attached to the wheel hub. Now, on the non-ABS model, it's easy enough to get a bearing separator in there and press the whole thing off with the shop press. But that's actually not nearly so easy here because of the ABS, I believe this is called the tone ring, is in the way. Now, it does seem to just bolt onto the hub with Allen bolts, but I have not been able to budge those. Now, if I can get this part removed, I can just get my bearing separator on there and separate the whole thing and put it back together. You can see here's the rest of the bearing. Like I said, the hub itself pressed out of there just like butter. It's real easy. And here's the rest of the steering knuckle. This wheel bearing was obviously changed at some point in the past. Let me get the night shot on here. And you can see these hammer and chisel marks or whatnot here inside the knuckle, and I didn't do that. That has nothing to do with any tooling I was using, plus that's fairly well rusted up, so I'm guessing that this wheel bearing was changed by an amateur or some hack mechanic in the not too distant past. And you know, it wasn't really a problem on the car. The axle held everything together, so but I'm gonna have to get a snap ring now, and I want to put this thing back together correctly, so that's where I am. I'm gonna call it a night now. Did pretty good work for tonight. The bearing shell was a little more difficult to get out. I was able to do it with my press over here, but I ended up pressing it out with an oversized socket. And there's a socket here with a wheel bolt welded onto the end of it. I didn't do this. This is actually a special tool for the Mercedes, and I paid good money for that. But it's actually it actually is a really decent aftermarket tool. But I'll get to that eventually and what that's used for. So I'm calling it a night now, and thanks for watching. And I'll try to get some more video when I have the rest of the parts together and I reassemble this thing.